Hey guys, Jagus here. This is Jagus Reviews. Alright, so gonna do a quick comparison. Gonna be putting the Zealot S95 up against a few more speakers in the arsenal. It has been doing incredibly a good job. Sounds great. Very relatively cheap compared to most speakers. So the Zealot S95 is gonna cost you, it's $200 on Amazon. There's always been coupons. I got mine for $140, but there's always, it's either $140, $150, or $160. But yeah, I got mine for $140. Really reasonable price. This thing is loud, crazy good bass, all that. Zealot really killed it with this one. So I'm excited to see what some of their newer speakers are gonna bring to the table. But I'm gonna put it up against the beastly Tribit Stormbox Blast 2. Now, the Tribit Stormbox Blast 2 is becoming one of my favorite speakers. It wasn't as impressive as I wanted it to be right out of the box. They've done a couple firmware updates now. They've made it sound way better, way good. Comparatively, I think it sounds just as good as the WKing X20, just more bass heavy. This thing is probably the bassiest speaker that I own. It's got an insane amount of bass, but it does super good. They have continued to firmware update it. So like I said, it is fast becoming one of my favorite speakers, especially if you like bass. It is a monster, but it's going to cost you more. It's about $300. It's always got a $50 off coupon. So you're looking at $250 versus about $150. Both are great speakers though. Love both these brands, and let's see how they do. So we're going to start the Tribit off at 50%. It is plugged in. Zealot's going to be at, I believe, 40%, 30 or 40%. I'll double check, but let's go ahead and start them out. Let's go. Start with Zealot.
Hey, look, I'm like, if you broke, just say that. Ain't no need to hate. You should know that.
At 40%.
No, we came today. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Nah, I can't relate, but you should know that we don't play that. So now I can.
Tribit.
I'm like, if you broke, just say that. Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't play that. Now we came today. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Nah, I can't relate, but you should know that we don't play that. So now I came today. What the be wrong with y'all? Oh my no. And I ain't just called to stall. I'm really trying to knock down all you.
Zealot.
People talk toughest, but when it come time, they call the law. And I really do rock with me, so tell me why I need y'all applause. Good God, y'all lame as better stick to your lane as well. Look like you made it fail. I never could let no shade prevail. And I feel too blessed today. I just got paid like yesterday. And I think I'm fooled around. So baby girl, put your away. Like, if you broke, just say that.
Tribit.
You should know that.
Let's bump it up.
No, we came today. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Nah, I can't
About
relate, but
70%.
you should know that we don't play that. So now I came today. I'm like, if you broke, just say
A lot
that.
of bass.
Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't.
Zealot.
Now we came today. I'm like, if you lame, just say that.
50%.
Nah, I can't relate, but you should know that we don't play that. So now I came today. I'm like, what that be on your mind? Hating on me like all the time. Look, you lame as. Think about me, get on your grind. Them boys too internet. Talk too tough, ain't being a threat. Good pack cigarette. Can't see me, my silhouette. You weak, you jive. Fall too dry, no content.
Tribit.
Thrive, I'm live and well. Sold out show, I'm live as well. Smoked out there. Can't find me, just find the smell. Invest out, buy.
Let's go to Zealot. Bump it up one more.
If you broke,
There we
just
go.
say that. Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't play that. Now we came today. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Nah, I can't relate, but you should know that we.
Tribit.
So now I came today. I'm like, if you broke, just say that. Ain't no need to hate. You should know that I don't play that. Now we came today. I'm like, if you lame, just say that. Nah, I can't relate.
Alright, let's do top speed.
We don't play.
Still on Tribit. Bump it up. 75%.
Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Wake up, go down.
Zealot.
Pray to God like a nine. I'm put that on my. I'm put that on
Also
my son.
75.
I'm cool like 3, 2, 1. Don't smoke, I need my lungs. I stack and feed my funds. I'ma do this, have fun, ayy. I'm blasted, ayy. Don't matter, ayy. Can't match it, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up.
Tribit.
Speed it up, speed it up. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. You do you, I do me. I'ma take this overseas. I'ma do this with my seeds. Like you hear it bling bling. You heard top speed, that's me. You heard that it up, that's me. You heard way up, that's me.
Zealot.
I'm blasted, ayy. Don't matter, ayy. Can't match it, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Speed it up, 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 speed it up. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Speed it up, 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 speed it up.
Tribit.
Speed it up, speed it up. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy. Go faster, ayy.
All right, let's do some R&B, still on Tribit.
I don't wanna be crazy no more. Every time I think you're gonna walk out of my door,
Zealot.
I start to jump to the conclusion you don't love me no more. Babe, give me some to work with, can you just reassure me? I've been it before.
Tribit.
Call it protecting my heart, hurt disguised as strength, but it's self-sabotage my love, self-sabotage my love, cause of my own pain. Hey, no one's coming to save you.
Zealot.
You got to save yourself.
All right, last song. 100%. Starting with Zealot.
You will never understand what I went through. You never were a good listener.
Tribit.
You will never understand what you put me through, and you never be a good lover, a good lover. At first I believed I was the lucky one.
Zealot.
I was just fooling myself, fooling myself. You think you can talk sense to me, like we're gonna be okay. We're not okay. So this is gonna take all night.
Tribit.
There's no more time, yeah, you're damn right. Already gave you my loved ones, but now I'm fed up, gonna take it all back, 'cause we're a no-go. I know that I do better,
Zealot.
so move along for God and shadow.
All right, I'm gonna pause it there. I think that gives us a good idea of how both of these speakers sound. Now, right off the bat, I will get into the nitty gritty. So the W King X20 and the Tribit Stormbox Blast 2 are two of the loudest speakers I own, except for the Hopestar A65 is louder. So that's the loudest speaker I own. But the Tribit Stormbox Blast 2 and the W King X20, I think they are neck and neck on loudness when the Tribit is plugged in. When it's on battery power, it is not. It's more or less quite a bit more quiet. W King on battery is definitely one of the loudest, as well as Hopestar. But both of them are amazing, and they are both louder than the Zealot. So the Zealot S95 is going to be louder than your typical Earphone U-Boom X, Tron Smart, Bang Max, JBL Boombox 2 and probably 3, and those categories of speakers, but it is not as loud as the Tribit Stormbox Blast 2. So all around, both speakers sound phenomenal. I love the way both of these sound. Now at the lower volumes, the Tribit definitely has a lot more bass. When you get up to about the medium volumes, the Zealot does catch up quite a bit. And at max volume, I think the Tribit still has a skosh more bass, but it also has more volume. And the Zealot actually does have a ton of bass all the way up into the high volumes, which I love. Neither one of these are kicking a lot of bass off the more volume they go. Like, they both retain a lot of bass at those higher volumes, which is very impressive. The W King does the same thing. Some of the other speakers, like the Earphone U-Boom X and DB Source F29 Max, Bugatti Brief Plus, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, those all lose bass as you get to the higher volumes, but both of these speakers don't lose a ton of bass. Obviously, they are going to lose a little bit of bass, but the Tribit definitely takes the win as far as bass goes. If you just need a monstrously loud, bassy speaker, the Tribit is the bassiest out of all of them that I have. You can really feel it in your chest. The Zealot S95 also has a lot of bass, and you can feel it in your chest a bit, but the Tribit is going to deliver more bass. And with the firmware updates, they've actually enhanced the lower bass a little bit and took a little bit of that mid and high bass out of the Tribit, and I think that helped it a lot. But it is still a very bass-heavy speaker. In my custom EQ, I have the Tribit. The bass is all the way down to 0 on the slider. So that tells you, and it's still a crazy amount of bass. So that tells you something right there. The Tribit is just a bass machine. Awesome speaker. Both are great. The Tribit does win in loudness, but I think the Zealot holds its composure a little bit better at max volume. Granted, it does not go as loud. So when the Tribit's at about 80% or so, I think that's about Zealot's 100%. And both of them are sounding great at those volumes. The Tribit can be pushed higher, but it does start to fall apart and sound a little gravelly, a little unsure of itself, getting pushed past its limits a little bit. So just keep that in mind. Now, the Zealot is going to be a little bit smaller of a speaker, a little bit less weight. The Tribit is a tank. It is a heavier speaker. Both are very well made. Both are waterproof, have good batteries. So far, the Zealot has had a great battery. I do think the lights on the Tribit are a little bit better. The Zealots are better on the passive radiators for sure, but the front lights kind of suck. Not gonna lie, they're still cool. Love them. All of that kind of stuff. Still great speakers. So clarity-wise, honestly, at the lower volumes, I really think the Zealot has better clarity and better highs. Now, once you push the Tribit up to louder volumes, like the 70%, then the clarity and treble really comes out for the Tribit, makes it sound really good. 70% though, I still think the Zealot sounds a little better in the clarity and the highs. But once you get to 100% on the Zealot and about 80% on the Tribit, I think the highs and clarity might be a little bit better on the Tribit, because the Zealot's getting pushed to its breaking point, you know what I mean? And then the Tribit, obviously, once you get to 100%, that's where it starts kind of falling apart and everything else like that. So altogether, it's hard to say one is better than the other. If you're looking for a slightly more compact unit with great bass, the Zealot is amazing. And honestly, price for what you're getting, the Zealot is $100 cheaper, which I think that deserves the win just because it's a lot cheaper, and you're getting such a good amount of sound out of a smaller package. The Tribit definitely is probably a little better all around, especially in the bass department and loudness. So that's where the Tribit is going to really take the win. But it's $100 more expensive, and you really only get that big boost if you have it plugged in. On battery power, though, it still has a huge amount of bass, so it's still going to be more bass heavy than the Zealot. But I'm kind of curious to see how these will do outdoors. I'm going to be doing a lot more outdoors tests now that it's getting warmer out finally. So stay tuned for all of those. All of these speakers are going outside, and we're going to see which ones sound the best outside. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and we'll see you on the next video.